As finance professionals, we invest heavily in mastering technical depth, building models, analyzing data, and driving decisions that shape business outcomes. But technical excellence alone is not enough when stepping into leadership roles. The ability of a finance professional to influence, to inspire confidence, and lead with clarity becomes very, very critical as you go in your career. Imagine being newly promoted to lead a finance function, or you've been promoted to lead a team, and you need to guide the team, manage senior stakeholders, and represent the organization at strategic levels. What would you do in that regard? You need executive presence to become a differentiator. My name is Oyekemi Ajayi, and I welcome you to Finance Series with Oyekemi Ajayi. I'm going to be talking about executive presence and how you can set a mark for yourself as you grow the ladder in your career. Executive presence enables you to project confidence, communicate with authority, and build trust very quickly. It strengthens your ability to lead teams, collaborate across functions, and engage senior executives effectively. So as a finance professional, executive presence is not just about charisma. It's about how you communicate insights, how you influence outcomes, and how you guide strategic decision making. A lot of times I tell my team members, when you are working with data, it's not just about the narratives, it's not just about plugging the numbers and just saying this is what it means. You need to bring out insights from those analyses that you are doing. From your communication, you need to bring out insights, because that is what management will depend on to make their decisions. Executive presence involves communicating complex financial data clearly, maintaining calm under pressure, making decisive and reliable decisions. Now let's go into the crux of this by looking at the core pillars of executive presence. How you carry yourself matters, how you respond under pressure, how you display judgment and exude confidence is very critical. The second point is on clarity, conciseness, storytelling, and your ability to simplify complexity. How you show up: polished, consistent, intentional, and composed is very critical in building executive presence. And one thing you must also note is that as a finance professional or as a professional, you shouldn't focus on the problems. You should focus on the solution. Hence, we would say you need to have a solution mindset. Finance leaders operate at the intersection between numbers and strategy. So it's very important for you to understand how to communicate this, because you would interact with CEOs, with your partners, with your board, with your investors. You would have cross-functional activities, and you would be evaluated based on your ability to influence performance and even drive positive conversation. So let's look at why executive presence matters for finance leaders. Finance leaders are expected to bring precision and insights, translate financial data into actionable business stories, challenge assumptions with diplomacy, and maintain credibility even in high-stakes environments. So it's very important for you to understand how to present your information at every point in time, how to present your point and drive home your point, basically. As I round up, there are certain points I would like you to note as a professional. The first is executive level communication. You need to speak or communicate in headlines and not long explanations, because the audience have very short attention span. You need to provide insights, not just analysis, and you need to focus on what it means for the business. The second point is on storytelling with financial data. This is very critical because your board and executives, they need the narratives and not the spreadsheets. So as a great leader, you must be able to create a storyline, a clear, that gives a clear perspective as to what you are trying to communicate and confidence in the numbers. The third point is to listen and know how to influence. True influence comes from listening deeply, asking intelligent questions, guiding the conversation and not dominating it. So a lot of people go in for meetings, they do not even ask questions, or maybe when they even want to speak, they reiterate what the next person has said. So as a finance professional, As a young professional who is growing in career or someone who is taking up a leadership role, you need to learn this. Listen effectively, ask intelligent questions. Before you communicate, put your thoughts together effectively and then communicate. And the fourth point is presence in meetings and presentation. You need to be able to read the room. You need to demonstrate confidence. Your posture should show confidence. Your voice should show your confidence. You must speak with clarity and you must give purposeful contributions. The final point is on professional poise and appearance. This is not about fashion now, but it's about consistency. It's about paying attention to detail, about ensuring that your overall presence aligns with your organizational brand. This is very, very critical. It's also about reflecting readiness for high-level interaction. I hope this information has been very helpful. As we grow in our career, as we advance and move to the next level, let us ensure that we pick these soft skills. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening, and do have a great one.